And there's planetary shifts and upgrades happening all over the globe right now as I speak to you from another dimension. Welcome to the channel. This is YouTube. This is the frequency. It is 31st August, 2024. Let's get started today. Read the disclaimer. Don't be a moron. Okay. We are tapping into something very, very powerful today, and that is the Mansa Musa codes. Okay. If you are unfamiliar with Mansa Musa, he's one of the richest men in history. Okay. Really think about that. Okay. Really think about that, because the height of his wealth was unimaginable. And I think it's a stretch for our consciousness to get there. So without further ado, let's kick this off and make sure you guys can comment. Mansa, Mansa, Musa, Musa. What's that song? We need to play that song sometime. All right. So Abundance August is wrapping up. Okay. We've come at the precipice point now. And today's the final day where we get all of the downloads for this thing until we get into more of a fun, eloquent, jazzier vibe in this ninja level acumen and flow state alchemy that we're going to tap into in Social September. Okay. Social September is understanding that we are social shamans. And so we have to rev that muscle to practice doing that. Okay. All right, guys. Let's tap into today's lecture. Okay. Get your notepads out, get everything, get some snacks if you want. Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to be going on for a while, so you can just hop in, hop out, do what you need to do. Okay. Here we go. All right. I've alerted the tribe, and now we're in business, or business, I should say. We're the bee's knees and the fella knees. Woo! We're the bee's knees and we're selling that hunt. Okay. We put in good work to sell that hunt. All right. So, isn't that a sexual innuendo? Okay. So, let me just pull up the live chat, see if any of you guys are on. All right, cool. I'm gonna just keep this open and continue. So, there's something called the Great Reset. Some of you know what the Great Reset is. Others have no idea what it is. The Great Reset and the Great Awakening are like distant cousins, guys. We're going to need one to awaken through the other. They need more of a contrast in order to become more unified, right? This is what polarity is. You have a compassion for certain people who lash out at you more because they need more contrast in order to become more unified. So I respect people when they're going off, trying to be ham, trying to overdo me or overpower me in a situation. I keep that kingly energy, that majestic energy alive. Like, okay, you can do what you want, motherfucker. Alphas are chill in the brainwave state. Okay. They aren't trying to prove anything. They aren't trying to, they are thinking for themselves ultimately, right? And so you're going to offend some people. You're going to have to step on a few toes, man. You're going to have to crack some eggs to make some omelets, man. Okay. There's a difference between a download and your ego. We get that. Okay, and the mastery comes from knowing the difference. You see, mysticism is a bridge to the psychic development and the individual. So we have to understand a lot of mystics, the way they portray themselves, either in person or online, they're very inwards debilitating, right? They're not really shining and spreading their spiritual mission and glory. They can't find the seat or the throne of their power. And this is what the Mansa codes are going to teach you, bro. Or chica. All right. You're here for a good reason, to get these downloads. So let's begin. Spiritual people, I believe, are handicapped by their awareness at times. They get so aware, hyper aware. Okay. Instead of what? Self-aware, present. Okay. If you think of the oversoul and the oversoul chakras, that's basically what you'd call as Christ energy. Okay, lower down, you get it's kind of more anti-Christ energy. Okay, Christ energy is center way, right? So middle path, it's coherence, it's gratitude. It is the paradox of the awakened heart center. It is the well, it's the most alpha, you could say. Okay, in terms of brainwave states, we're not using like the jargon of the red pill or whatever. Okay, it's alpha, right? Alpha brainwave state of consciousness, which is a relaxed wakefulness. I'm relaxed, but I'm also alert. I'm not fucking zoning out. I know my environment. Okay, I'm wired in. I'm locked in. I'm tapped in. Okay, I slightly have my foot on either brake or accelerator, right? That's the energy because you understand that Ahriman is the counter integration energy. Okay, we're at an age of Aquarius, helpful to humanity. Ahriman is calcination or calcification, right? So that means once you calcify something, once you control something, you dominate over that thing. So it's really the energy of supreme dominance. But we also need a psychological dominance to remain pure and sovereign and free beings, right? Having more free will. It's not about initiating all the time. It's also about uninitiating to certain beliefs and old ideas that don't serve you any longer. Okay. So all of mysticism, right? They're organized into all of these different rules, hierarchies, layers, and they demonstrate that they're not entitled to that. I mean, they're not like, you know, going through the process and clinging to the merits, right? They're letting the merits unfold. They're allowing the blessings to enrich their life, okay? And I think we can learn something from this and the demonstration of this, and really also understand like the idea of narcissism, right? That's technically self-denial. So it's also calcifying something, okay? You're making something more calcified rather than you say decalcify the pineal gland, right? What does that mean? Take away the calcification, the hardening, right? The rigidity, the armoring, all that's calcified, right? And so we need to decalcify, which means to open the flow or open the valve of our stuckness, our inner stuckness. The more narcissistic you are, the more you are going to feel into that stuckness because you are actually being in that lower density form, right? And so in a lower density, you're more in that base consciousness in a sense of alchemy. If we're talking about inner alchemy, you got to purify the base metals to get purified into I'm a beat, I'm a beat, I'm a beat. The shit, baby, what? I'm a beat, okay? You have to be the bee, okay? Buzz, buzz, gang, gang. You got to understand that you are the bee, that you are creating a high vibration through the fluttering of your wings, okay? There's a mysticism to this. Hold on. Does a bee's wings okay. Bees' wings create a high vibration frequency when they beat rapidly. Bees typically beat their wings about 200 times per second, which produces a buzzing noise. Bzz, right? This is the sound, by the way, that I use to tap into Sire Osmosis's energy. So maybe he's connected to the bees. Who the fuck knows? Okay. Um, he's a Vega starseed being that I'm connected to in my crown chakra. Okay. This rapid wing movement generates vibrations that help the bee stay aloft and can influence the air around them. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. These are the codes. Okay. I'm getting way too excited. Contributing to their ability to fly efficiently, right? Imagine an adult getting excited about this, bro. Like, that's me. Like, when you realize a code or a download like this, it just hits your solar plexus so hard, and you're like, fuck, I got to recalibrate, right? My next character upgrade is different this time, okay? Shit. Okay, let me read that again to people who missed it. It might have gone over your heads or through your one ear and out the other, okay? But I'm sure they got to hit some surface, bro. Is there brain matter in there? Okay, let's go again. Okay. Bees typically beat their wings about 200 times per second, which produces a pss sound. The rapid wing movement generates vibrations that help this bee stay aloft, which means lifted up, right? Aloft, like very light. And they can influence the air around them, contributing to their ability to fly efficiently. So as they're moving through the world is shifting around them, yet that the air is shifting with them to help them stay afloat, to help them. So they're able to persuade the air elemental energies. And now I'm getting the code. Now I'm really getting it, right? Because the vibration of their wings is used in communication, especially in the waggle dance thing that they do, which is kind of like the twerk contest or some shit, where bees convey information about the location of their food sources. Okay. What do bees and Mansa Musa have in common? Okay, let's see what the fucking AI is gonna tell us. Okay. Here we go. I knew there was something. Okay. Mansa Musa. Let's go through this, bro. This is epic. Oh, dang. Hey there, Barriqua. So, wealth and abundance is the first connection. Okay. Mansa Musa was a 14th century emperor of the Mali Empire. So he's regarded as one of the richest individuals in history, symbolizing immense wealth. Bees, on the other hand, produce honey, which has a long been seen as a symbol of abundance and prosperity. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee. In many cultures, bees represent hard work, leading to sweetness and wealth. Much like Mansa Musa's efforts led to the prosperity of his empire, the saccharin, the swadhisthana, right? The creativity and the fertility of the bee, known for the acceleration of being amplified and magnetized by the pollen, right? They can tap and they can influence the air around them as they're flying, as we know, okay? So bees are known for their highly organized and efficient colonies, where each bee has a specific role to ensure the bee hive thrives. Hive thrive, okay? That's the new bee ad lib that they're all saying. Hive thrive. So Mansa Musa's empire is well organized. He had a system of governance, trade, and cultural development. His pilgrimage to Mecca, for example, was a demonstration of his empire's wealth and organization. So today's a 4-day, right? 3 and 1 is an organization. So we have to put all the pieces together now that we've gone through all of the levels of Abundance August and we've reaped the rewards of it. Now we have to understand how it holds spiritual significance at this time for us. What is the resurrection or the connection between the spiritual and the physical realm? Okay. So was his pilgrimage to Mecca a display of wealth? But yeah, sure, it was, because all the people that were walking were wealthy, right? They were demonstrating their character through who they were. And that was also important for the spiritual journey to show that actually the metaphysical is creating this wealth. It is not a physical, like, yes, he had hard work, he had determination, and all of these things. I'm not denying that, but his influence spread culture, education, religion throughout West Africa, right? So we got to take into consideration his knowledge was likened to the way that the bees sustain life by pollinating, okay? And shout out to Prosper P, by the way. He gave me this idea, the Mansa Musa codes, because we hadn't mentioned it. Yo, Mathis. Top of the morning to you. Or shall we say, grand rising? Okay, let's say that instead. So let's tap in, man. Let's tap in. So exoteric, okay, is the mainstream. It's like the exoskeleton, right? It's the outside world. We are the esoteric. Our teachings are very hidden, okay, internal. The occult is speaking to the hidden realms, speaking to your subconscious within you, understanding there are these metaphors, there are these archetypes, right? These hidden realms of meaning, okay? Now, the exoteric realm, meeting the esoteric, that can be very interesting. That's almost what they call mesoteric as well. And it's to make the occult information freely available, just like how I'm doing, right? So there's a difference to what is being done here, because we simply have to be the messengers of this thing. You are the channel of your own life. So you have a message to spread that is going to awaken others to get the same codes to bring you to where you are at. You are just a few levels more accelerated than them. That's not to compare yourselves to them because your journeys are different, right? Your journeys are completely different, but at the same time, there is a good idea to, share each other's wins because then we can, establish that more, like what's really working, what's not, what's ineffective, right? What do we need to shift around? And to be adaptable, I think, is a good point for this journey, right? And so the Mansa Musa codes is the vast resources of empire, right? The Mali Empire was a flow to be reckoned with, as I like to say, okay? The magnitude of wealth, but also he had this like grand vision that was so crucial to his empire, right? Forming. And as he was forming this wealth, he was shaped by hard work and his work ethic and determination. And he learned governance. That was one of his secrets to his ascension to the throne and made friends with a king in endorsement. But the king went on a journey and never came back. And he was his trusted advisor. Musa was his trusted advisor. So basically, then he started to just take control and take over because he knew he was ready for the role. So this is what you got to feel. This is the code, guys. You got to feel ready for the role. I know there's some big things coming, but I'm ready for it. I'm well prepared because preparation comes before success in the fucking dictionary. Okay. I'm well prepared. I know where I need to grow the salt mines, right? That's what he did. So Musa, he turned it into this thriving reign of influence, right? Strengthening the economy, but dominating through love. He helped the people understand God too, because he helped the salt mines and he influenced, grew attracting traders and scholars to come to Mali, right? He made Mali cool again, bro. He was a devout Muslim who used his wealth to create a culture for intellectual growth. Now that's wild, right? Because he's not only spreading wealth, but he's spreading education, he's spreading knowledge, he's spreading religion. So it's coming out of the forefront of his empire is all these new age thinking and thought. So we got to really consider this within our own empire because this is a spiritual empire that is being created. Okay. Empire Strikes Back or whatever. So we got to have the light intent, right? But also, oh, what is the code? What is the download that's coming through? Light enters the world through an angle. The angel. Okay. Light enters the world through an angle, at an angle, through an angel. And you are possibly that very angel. You are the angle, you are the perspective that you are taking in this life. And in return, you're going to get the measurements that you've taken, you're going to get measured for that, right? So you got to decide what are you measuring, okay? For us, we love to measure our synchronicities. That's when we know when it's really coming true, right? But also we've got to discern between our ego and synchronicities, okay? Because it's like we can flex all day. We're seeing these numbers, right? It's done. It's fun to do, right? Like, yo, I'm winning, right? It's like showing others a video game stamp, right? Hey, look at my score, bro. That's cool to do, but also it's important to understand we got to gamify our lives, right? There's a reason why I'm so drawn to Tetris because my masculine mind loves to put things into boxes and like contextualize things, right? There's a reason why I love, Super Mario Brothers or whatever. There's one game where he's jumping from lily pad to lily pad and he's like Space Mario or some shit, right? There's a reason why I like that was the idea of buoyancy, the idea of fluidity, right? Bouncing from one to the other, that understanding of the freedom within the human expression and the specimen, right? We stop respecting ourselves and our human bodies. And I'm really coming to this understanding, guys, because I'm experiencing it within myself. This next month, my self-care is going to be top notch. Okay. It's no more we're looking at self-care like this. Oh, the scented candle, yay. Okay. We're not looking at it like that anymore. It's a mating ritual. You guys get that? Self-care is a mating ritual. How are you going to mate with the opposite gender or your partner if you are not tapped into your own energy and your own fertility and life force and creativity, right? You got to be in your greatest polarity, greatest version of you. You got to stay at that frequency. You got to allow it to do what it needs to do. And sometimes it won't be on all the time, bro. You can't be on all the time. You got to rest and do things and move and shift your, calendar around in random moments. And you got to just drop things, man. Just and move with it. Move with the energy. Let it take you on a journey. This flux of these codes that I'm getting from Mansa Musa is very about the flux of it all, right? The movement of it all. Because money loves speed. Money's that movement. It's that energy of just like get it done, send the text message, get the payment on time. It's the boom, boom, boom. But we have to also worry that not worry, but we have to be considerate of the fact that that could also make us very rigid in our ways, okay? And want to rush things and want to speed it up. And this culture that is constantly promoting, and let me just say, the anti-vagus nerve, right? is how I describe it, right? Like the fight or flight that it's creating within our systems is immense. I mean, look at any of this news and media being spread. You go on Instagram after a while, you start scrolling through and you get depressed, bro. You're going, what the fuck? Right? When did I follow this? When did I ascribe to this ideology? Why is it on my explore page? Right? And then you go, I don't want to see more like this, right? Or something like that. And or you see that like that doesn't mean you have to block out everything and just serve your agenda, your own agenda. It also means that you're meeting your edge. It means that you're meeting that part of you that's holding you back, right? That resistance, that thing that's like there in the background, kind of influencing your thoughts and creating more doubt and distraction and temptation in you, is that own inner anti-you, okay? The enemy within, in a sense, telling you that you can't do that, you can't have that, that's not good enough. And so you have to take the power back and speak back to it because you can let it dominate you your entire life, but it's the time when you step up to the bully within you guys, right? That's the time where things are really going to start to shift and take off. And hey, it'll trip you up a couple more times. It might prank you a couple of times, self-sabotage a couple more times, but it will get there and you will become more confident. This is what you need as a shaman. The confident shaman, okay? The cocky shaman, think of them, okay? They're so well integrated and into their own world. They don't need to do it for anybody else or looking for some reaction from nobody, right? So, by the way, Mathers, I loved your rap, Ouroboros one. You have a very interesting flow in German. I saw a music video potential there with the cadence. So that's good. Good downloads coming through. We can definitely, yeah, the more we talk about it, it's more coming together. I know that for some reason I have all of these downloads that this is gonna happen someday, but like Saif, Mathis, Ryan, and me, and someone else, I think, some other person who showed up there too. I see this vision, and we're all just like jamming to music, and we're all just like saying different things, right, around a circle, a campfire type energy. And it's a very interesting download, right? But we're all like collaborating in the music. It's almost like an open show. So girls are around us, they're all coming around us, right? And I see almost like it's an outdoors event. And we're each saying something in the cipher. We're all performing, we're rapping, we're singing, we're stomping our feet, whatever, right? And suddenly I sense this like huge shift of each of our chakra energies of our path is like Holi, the Indian festival of colors, right? It shoots out of from our solar plexuses and it enriches the entire area as we're performing. So that's the theme that I saw, um, or the images that flew through. Energy work, it's all about energy work, all energy back to me, and from there interact, come from abundance, give from abundance, and receive abundance. Mhm. Let's take that in. Let money flow effortlessly into our lives, where every single penny that we earn, we know is for our greater good and our greatest ascension. We are not here to distract ourselves with money or to buy certain things to appease my retail therapy. We are here to use money as an amplification towards the type of character that we're stepping into. You see, I'm dressed like this because I'm already here. It's already mine. I already have the gold. I've earned it. Now I just need to make good use of it for my people, for my tribe. You guys get this energy, right, of the Mansa Musa? It's the energy of majesty. You know, once I walked into Starbucks and on the cup I wrote majesty. And then the barista was telling me, is that your real name? What are you, like a stage magician or something? Like, I'm like, that's my name. You know, don't wear it out or whatever I said. Okay. Deal with it. Okay. It's funny, right? It's a bit challenging, it's threatening to the identification. But this little moment, right? As small and as sharp as it was, like a thumbtack on the wall, right? It just places the poster right where your mind's eye can see it. So it does not matter yeah, I'm not going to use the size matters reference in this case because BBA will take it to a whole nother different proportion. But what I want to say is just, you know, less is more sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to understand that less is more. You don't need to overcomplicate these different situations, right? They are what you say they are because you're already there. You are it, right? You are there. You are that. You are that God form, that God source, that gnosis, whatever that is. But if you give someone who's a narcissist and tell them they're God, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, now I can do anything, you know? And then they're going around and like trying all these different things. And like, and now they're in Luciferian, like, whoa, like whimsical land. And then they get sidetracked and then they move through all these raves and raves and raves and raves. And then they get their mind even more distorted and then more raves and more raves and more raves. And then to numb the pain, you know, more drugs and then more raves. Okay. This is how some people are living because it's coming from the I want to escape samsara, not I want to transcend it, right? And this is what we really have to stand for because opulence and splendor, I love that, man. Walk as gods among them, yet mortal minds don't mock them. Yes, yes, that's the codes. Yes. Core community of resonating alignment. Look for the signs. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're here tuning into this live stream from whatever dimension you belong to, okay? You could be a Sith Lord watching this, right? You could be a swamp monster watching this. You could be a ninja. You could be a sacred Dakini, you know, banshee twerker. You could be a Sith Lord goddess mode ninja, okay? You could be a fucking fox with 3 ears and one ear coming out of the third eye chakra like a fucking, you know, ginormous whip. You could be a anteater with like 4 wings, right? That spins concentrically in circles all the time. Okay. You can where can we go with this, right? You can be what you want in the metaphysical. Okay. So just because I look like this and I have this beard and sunglasses and like, you know, this kind of what would I call this? Right? Like a gothic shirt on, right? You're sensing that as the appearance, the opulence. However, at the same time, there is a spirit of wealth that is there within me, right? Wanting to energize, wanting to give it my all. It's like, it's really that, you know, Mathis, when you send me all those Scorpio things, I was really thinking about it. My mind does work in that way, you know. Sometimes it does do that, the all or nothing with the Scorpio energy. And then I have to tune it back at times. I have to be like, okay, no, it's not all or nothing. Like I'm missing out on so much of this gray area here. And I have to remember I'm a middle path, right? And so I'm going to enjoy myself and it's going to lead me to opulence, but I'm not going to stay in this weird samsaric cycle. I'm going to transcend above it and learn to, you know, have the sacred succubi. I'm going to learn to, you know, Jesus went and he merged with all these lower consciousness people, you could say, okay? Ooh, right? The lower rungs of society. Don't talk to them, okay? What do you mean? Like you say hi, you know, you approach them just like anybody else. You're a cool person, man. You're that one in the digitized realm if you really think of yourself as an avatar in this thing, right? What would you love and respect about you, right? As a character. Like what would you want your character to be like that you'd be like, damn, that's the fucking man right now. Fuck yeah, right? That's what you want to lean into. That's what you want to look for in this. Okay. God damn, I feel like a Harlequin today, right? As a girl. You're like, God damn it, I feel like, Barbie, but like vampiric, Whatever you're telling yourself, you got to make sure that it amplifies for you, right? It resonates for you. It makes your Shakti flow. It gets your state moving again internally. Because I'm a be, I'm a be, I'm a be. Let's look up the lyrics to this thing, okay? I'm gonna be living that good life, okay? I'm going to be, or I will be, okay, is a frequency of tapping into potential transformation, okay? So I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to be epic. I'm gonna be on the next level. I'm gonna be rocking over that bass trap. I'm gonna be chilling with my motherfucking crew, right? So that's what it's doing. I'm gonna be on the A-list flicks. I'm gonna be sipping on the trip. I'm gonna be shaking my hips. I'm gonna be licking my lips. I'd be taking those pics. I'd be looking all fly and shit with the flyest chick, spreading my wings, doing my thing, swinging it this way, swinging it that away. I'm here to stay from the 21st century to infinity. Okay, that's Fergie's verse. Then we get into Will I Am, right? Upgraded new Negro. I'm gonna be the average brother with soul. I'll be worldwide international. I'll be Rio, rocking Tokyo. I'll be brilliant with my millions, loan out a billion, get back to a trillion. I'll be on your brother, but my nickname ain't Lamont. I'm gonna be your bank. I'll be loaning out semen. Honey's in debt. They be bouncing them checks, but I don't really mind because they bouncing them cheeks. I'm gonna be rich, baby. Okay, rich, baby. What? I'm gonna be okay. Sick with the flow when the goal is to rock the whole globe. Okay, the goal is to rock the whole globe. God dang it, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. Have an ego as vast as the universe, for you are not this, okay? Psychology will help you individuate. Spirituality will help you transcend that individuation process. You have to create a good enough character to let go in this video game of life. Do you see that now? Okay? This is the code. I am going to be whole, he says. I'm going to not only be the whole globe, but I'm going to be the future, and I'm going to be the whole reason why you even want to come to a show, right? They're kicking down the door to do that because I'm an energetic billionaire. I am lining up my feelings, my essence with that. Yeah, I'm going to be up in the club doing whatever I like, popping that bubbly, living that good life, and let's make this last forever, partying and we'll chill together on and on, right? If you really look at the lyrics like that, you get the code, okay? We can't help that we popular. That's another code that he says in the song, okay? We can't help that we popular. And all these folks want to flock to us. Come to the show, just rock with us. 1 million plus the binoculars, right? I'm gonna go dress like Oculus. Ooh, I'm gonna go get in the populace. Ooh, if you know what I'm be talking about. You know that I'll be just talking shit. Put it on the just a sarcophagus. You know that I just be that. Oh man, let's go. Yo, what's up, bro? Let them free like a bee. I like that. As I am, I'm not just boxing people via spiritual concepts. Yeah, I am sometimes doing that, bro. Um, Sun sign the solar identity, realizing that I'm very much turning into Aquarius vibes. Nice. Just balanced dark and light vibes. Great. Great, great, great. And yeah, just work on that, just that humanity energy that's so important for the age. We are at the age of Aquarius, right? So just to have that humanity energy, within you, just pulling that through, I think is going to be tremendous because that energy is anti-Ahriman, right? Aquarian energy is anti-Ahriman, so it's very powerful energy that we need right now. Is to serve for the greater collective, for the whole. Not just boxing people in. Yep. Let them free like a bee. Yep. Flames. What's up, SLW? What's up, man? Hey, that was a big win for that thing you shared about Cora in the group. That was epic. Um, we have to find out a more long-term solution, but yeah, we'll get there, bro. Thank you for sharing that win. Dan Pena's right. With one thing, have goals so big, it's unrealistic. You will achieve them in this lifetime. You might surprise yourself. Yeah. 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 You gotta. I mean, think to the moon and the stars. Fuck that. We're thinking beyond this galaxy, bro. What are you talking? It's like, don't go with the quotes again. You guys, it's like I used to be in that quote facade, right? Just reposting old quotes, reposting old quotes. Are you fucking living those quotes, bro? Are you fucking embodying those quotes that you're posting? I mean, I'm talking real right now because this is what I used to do, right? Just fucking post quotes, but it has nothing to do with anything. Where's the context of this quote? How does it align with the greater journey of your spiritual path? That's what I'm now interested in building because I've been through that process of just posting quotes and just watching movies and just playing games. Now I'm watching a movie with a spiritual reason, right? It's giving me an activation, something to look forward to move forward. It's not just me wasting time in a cinema, right? What the, right? This is our lives, man. We make this shit exciting because it is what we do. We're gonna try to justify it like, you know, I'm only going to the arcade for spiritual reasons. No, fucking enjoy the fucking arcade. What do you mean? Right? Like, do enjoy the thing, but at the same time, let yourself have fun with it and let go into it and take it seriously when it needs to be serious, when it needs to have gravitas behind it, right? That's what charisma is. You can explore the spectrum of seriousness and play, and you can explore it together, right? That's what makes somebody very charismatic. Like, so important. That is important to the Riz component of this thing because it does take that soft edge of understanding. If you're too goofy and immature, people won't take you seriously at all, right? But then you show you're too serious. Oh, I have all of this thing. Oh, look at my academic background, and yeah, my degree from this place and summa cum laude, and transferred regents to this other indoctrinated bureaucratic corporation that I belong to, right? So you don't want to go to the extremes of this thing. You want to bring it back, okay? You want to be the lawyer who like plays bongos, right? In his spare time. You want to be that eclectic mofo, that offbeat mofo, right? On the path, off kilter a little bit, but then creating your own narrative, your own lore, right? Your own myth as you're moving through this world. It's like, yeah, you're trying to get me on some job that I haven't been, thinking about for 6 months, but I'm doing a fucking vision quest and it's only Saturday, or Friday. So that's the energy of the Savage Shaman, though. Like, we will outwork you. We don't give a fuck, right? In the spiritual world, we will outwork you. And it's so important to understand that mentality because, again, a lot of people, they treat this like it's just kind of hobby horsing, like, oh yes, I will collect some stamps and then I will play this thing. It's like, that's cool. That's really cool, bro. However, let's make this stamp thing a part of your communication style, or like, let's move it into such a place in your internal world where you don't even need to collect the stamps to feel complete. You can just be the stamp collector, right? And you start creating your own stamps now. Through AI, you design the stamps, you take it, right? You put it into a different context, and now you have these stamps that you put on. Like, who uses the post office still? There's people who use it, right? Stamps are a thing. It has a purpose, it has a use. But here you come as an innovator, right? And healer, you're an integrator too. You're like putting everything together, right? Claudia, your theme is integration, remember, right? So that means you're going to have to fight that dogmatic Ahriman consciousness because it's really polar opposite to that energy, right? So we all have an anti-us, right? We all have that anti-us energy within ourselves that we have to look at and engage with and recognize, right? That this is it. And once we can flip it and once we can understand it, is going to be incredible for us. Now, I have some last things to share with you guys. It's going to be epic. I wrote it down. Okay, the gurus we recommend. Okay, the 5 gurus we recommend as Primal Sutra, or at least from me. Okay, from Uncle Makara. Number 1 is Papaji. Okay, you might want to write these down. Okay, I'll just share a list with the Adepts group already. Let's see here. All right, I just sent it to all Adepts. Okay. So 5 gurus recommend Papaji, Shunyamurti, Yogi Raj Siddhanath, Osho, and then for the rest, you're going to have to join the Adepts program to figure out. Okay. But those are some of the gurus that we recommend that you start off exploring. And they have their own reasons for it, right? Like Papaji, you can see the reaction that women have when you go to one of his speeches. You understand the quality of the transcendence that he is creating through his use of simplicity and honest verbiage and language, right? Shunyamurti is a very interesting blender of East and Western concepts, and he's able to bring in a lot of faculties through this Sat Yoga Institute, whatever he's a part of, and bring it all together. Yogi Raj Siddhanath is a very connected to all of the Sanat Kumara stuff, and he claimed that Shambhala is called Shantashpur, and he made all these great connections to that. So that's a very big guy who talks about like Atlantean codes and Raja Yoga, so or like solar yoga that he calls it, right? He has his own form of solar yoga, sun yoga. Then of course we have Osho, who's a very rebellious character. He's almost like a glitch in the matrix. Osho's almost like he's not even meant to be here in this realm. He's almost just like an alien being who came here to give some information and then just disappear. Like that's honestly what I think. And flow show, yeah, we've made the joke before. But yeah, the rest of those guys that I sent to the Adepts group, okay, check out those guys. They're pretty epic. Okay, that next one, that guy, you guys are gonna enjoy because he has like a badass way that he delivers sometimes. Okay, it's a very deep spiritual concept, but he's not like delivering it like this. He is delivering it, right? You guys know who I'm talking about. Anyway, all right, very powerful, guys. Next thing. Okay, next thing. The 5 gurus we mentioned. Oh yeah. Since a lot of you are throat chakra path workings in the Adepts, this comes from Archangel Raziel. It's an open heart shifting chant. Okay. It's in Aramaic. It means open, which means basically the doors which were previously closed are now open. I'll send the Adepts a good link for this. Okay. It says it in Spanish, but clearly it's a very powerful chant. I've tried it myself and I've set it to all 4 directions, right? So in the north, I send it, in the south, I send it, in the east, I send it, to the west, I send it, okay? And I just say it 3 times each, right? And then I just send it out using this chant. And what I've noticed is I'm feeling so light. I'm feeling much more healed now than before. I feel like I was going through some kind of a rough timeline shift thing, and this chant, this magic word, technically from the Bible, is very, very powerful. Okay. And also the word Shiva can be used to manifest. It's very magnetic. And so be careful what you use it for because it's very potent. So if you're familiar with this energy, I'm going to send another one to the Adepts to try out. Okay, this is a more of a Shiva energy you guys are going to get. Okay, why is it not showing the... Okay, let me just post it with the thing. Okay, This one, okay? So that one is going to be very, very key. All right. All right. Different lenses reveal different worlds. Absolutely. Absolutely. Think of all of your spirit guides as different lenses, right? Different perspectives on a certain path. Because they're all future renditions of you. So think of them like astrally connected to ancient Egypt somehow connecting to one of your ancestors, bringing it towards you, right? All of these different ways. You got to have empathy, man. You got to be a Shakti walker. You know how we say skin walker, right? You got to be a Shakti walker. You got to understand somebody else's energy. There are certain people where I would need to speak much slower for them. And there's others where I just speed it up much faster. Okay. So it's about pacing and also understanding individuals. Okay. Now, I listened to Mangala chants before my exam. Okay. That's the This is a powerful one, man. Oof. I'm gonna send you guys all this because it was a Mars energy in the like the exam hall or something. But this is very good for like self-control. And if you have issues with like feeling stable within and not feeling like super scrambled with everything, this is a very good Mars energy to tap into, is the Mangala energy. Okay. And of course, put on your abundance shades. Yeah, wealth everywhere. You put it out there, world is not even here. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see differently with abundance shades on, right? You see the world as opportunities, possibilities, maximization, as growth, as inspiration, right? All these different words that can come flowing out of just one paradigm. It's amazing. Okay. And yeah, and finally, I would just say I would want to end with this, but I told you guys this, so I shared it on my Instagram if you guys didn't see it. Okay. This one is a very good one to do. So you can even do it with one hand, so you can try it now, like the center of your solar plexus. You know, in the Wolf of Wall Street where they tap, that's the same point, right? So we use this thymus thump, and then you inhale. So what you do is when you inhale, you push in, massage. You exhale, you make it a chi ball. Again, inhale, exhale. This is a very powerful practice that I recently discovered, and I've been doing it because I've been needing to de-armor, let go of some things. As a Scorpio, it's difficult to disentangle my grudges with people. But this way, when I think about them, I do the hop no, I do this in amplification with it too. I just feel the peace again. I feel the connectedness again. Okay. I feel the coherence of Christ again. And it's just important, to do that after a while of just kind of being scrambled by different things, just to center yourself. And it's just very simple. Inhale, massage, exhale. Okay. Very powerful. Very powerful. And with that mantra that I shared with you guys, okay. Actually, I share with you on here as well, but um should I share this, guys? I'm asking the Primal Sutra family. No, okay, leave it for adepts. Okay. You might need some training before you use that mantra. So do it the way that I taught you here in this video. North 3 times, south 3 times, and east and west. 3 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times. Okay. In 4 directions. You guys will notice a shift. You guys will notice a difference with that. And also, I've been using a few other words. Well, I can share one on here. I've been using Alga, Alga, and a few other incantations recently. I've just started saying primal, the word itself, and just seeing what comes up, and then grounding to that. That's one way I've been trying to integrate this primal essence that we all have, right? We have this chaos controller, this this very interesting aspect of ourselves, you know, that we have to understand better. So we've got to allow ourselves to speak to it. Okay. So you might have a certain spiritual guide that might even be connected to the undersoul, right? And this is what I'm going through right now is I'm meeting my undersoul chakra deity, one of them today. And it's going to be revealed to me later this evening. So I'm going to let the adepts know who that is by the end of today, my time. And that's going to give us a bridge to move into the social September energy. Okay. Because I'm really seeing this kind of calculated libertine type of energy, like a very smooth engineer of the metaphysical and physical worlds, right? Just like not an engineer like, okay, I'm here to figure this out mechanically. I mean engineer more like you're creating a way for you to get the fuel back online. That's what I mean, okay, as an engineer. So you're engineering your state of consciousness, right? You're being a spirit hacker in a sense, okay? A Shakti walker and a spirit hacker. That's what you need to be, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this resonated with you. Give me a thumbs up, man, to help the algorithm. Let's move this along, okay? Let's boost the fucking algorithm with I'm a B, okay? Let Will I Am come here and yell that in all of your ears, okay? Because the Mansa Musa codes have downloaded. We are here now. We're here to build the spiritual empire, and may we stay majestic, okay? Back to self-care time, guys. Let's get it. You're a B, I'm a B too. Let's get it, okay?